Cam.
Good evening.
How are you doing tonight?
All right.
I guess it's about that time to do our regular show. Hmm. So, anything new on your side? I guess I should.
There probably is a lot new, but it will take me some amount of time to jog my memory to think about it. Um, I
Yeah.
have been kind of immersed in Dragon's Bane this week. I got if should we wait a few minutes? Should we banter to see if anybody? Hey, look,
Yeah.
it's
We
Davina.
already got one. We got Davina. Hey, old Davina. How are you doing this evening?
I'm gonna treat you with my my full keyboard
Oh,
for one moment.
your full keyboard.
Pounding keyboards. uh, Kyle was there a little while ago. I don't know if he's still hanging out. Anyway, I maybe we should do the pre segment and say, hey, what's been going on this week generally?
Well, it's been kind of a busy week. Getting back into the swing of things. One, one, one. What? One. Hey, and we got Dying Breed out there.
2. Wait, 3. My goodness.
And good evening, Adam.
Adam
I
Woolman?
think you must be on Rich's stream, Bloodworth. I think he's going to be joining us in a little bit. You know, yeah, two. We got more than one.
Well,
So
I'll just
so
get my. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead, man. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say I'll get my non-gaming complaining out of the way.
Okay.
My work life is stupid and I hate it. So I'm back to the point of really being eager for Friday to arrive. So so I can pretend I don't have work problems for 2 days and then get back to it on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's been kind of a crazy week. This is I guess my first full week back from
From your
you
globe
know,
trotting.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was exciting. So, any rate, oh, where's my little thing here? Um, Look at the titles are back, and it's
Nope.
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't been using the title lately. Well,
Oh, that's all
should,
right. You don't have to.
should we ease into RPG talk here?
Yeah.
I got
I mean, we had the Hyperborea game on Monday.
mm-hmm.
That's why
We had the whole group there.
that was yeah. The whole group was actually there in person. That was kind of fun. Um, and what a treat that was, man. And of course, that kind of that system is written by Jeff Talanian. So the big news is of course we've got Mr. Jeffrey Talanian coming on this Sunday on the Bad News Bards on our flagship show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true. And Erudite, our friend Erudite DM, had him on yesterday, or was it?
So
I think it
did
was
they
yesterday.
record it? Because I didn't see it
I'm
live.
not sure. I didn't see it live either. At
So I
least I
wonder
don't
if it's
think I
gonna.
did.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I'm like, I knew they were doing it, and I confirmed with him with Talanian, and he's like, yeah, he's gonna be there. Also, he has put in 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 things for our July 5th special stream. So
Oh,
he's
very generous.
contributed. So we've got stuff from all kinds of people. And I know I can't remember the other name, DLSD. I know you go by another name. Damn it. He said someone needs to either buy you a camera or that face surgery. So but
Well, I look just like my avatar, but with somewhat less.
do you look like you look just
Professor
exactly
Professor.
like Professor Newtonium. I'm sorry, Ranger Newtonium.
Right. Exactly.
Or is that Rogue Newtonium?
This one's a ranger, actually. Well, I don't know. He's got the knife up. He's probably a rogue.
Yeah, that's kind of because I've seen the full size picture.
Or a thief if you're going old school.
Oh, kicking it old school. Speaking of old school, we've
Yes.
got an old school guy and waiting in the wings here. Better late than never. And we're gonna go ahead and bring him on.
Hi.
What's
Oh,
up?
hi. Yes.
Yes, but we love you anyways. If you want to come over, come to the light side. Right? Right? Come
That's
to the
true.
light side.
We were having a little discussion about this, and we should rejoice like the angels in heaven when anyone breaks free of the prison of fifth edition and finds any other alternative, essentially. Because if you don't like fifth edition for any reason, whether it's the mechanics or the themes that go with it, or that you don't like WotC because they're a horrible company. There's
And
plenty of other
that goes
options
without
out there.
saying. They've done a lot of horrible things at the very least.
Yeah.
And we could bash on them all day.
So
It kind
is
of gets old. It kind of
is
gets old after a while.
today's topic the lamentations of old men?
Sure.
It probably,
Okay. Well, let me start. I woke up, my back and shoulder hurt because I slept funny, and I've been hardly able to move. And I had to go to the gym.
So stiff?
Dude, my neck, it goes like this. And that's about it.
Dude, you got to watch that shit.
I got a bit more this side, but ow. So.
Yeah.
Oh man,
there was some jokes going around my area here. It's like when you start to hurt yourself because you yawn or you sneeze, and suddenly
I have
you're injured.
my back out because I sneezed too hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, you got a stalker, Dan.
Yeah, because Fox is awesome.
Fox is awesome. He is.
I like Fox.
Yeah.
I might be weaseling my way into a dropship game on Fox's channel.
Oh, that's sweet.
I don't know if Fox knows that yet, but I was talking to Todd.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. So. Did you have a chance to play dropship at North Texas or CNY?
I played it at CNY. Nate ran it. It was fun. It's a fun skirmish game.
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew Sherman.
What's up, Matt? How you doing, man? And just doing a drive-by for now. All right. Well, we appreciate it. Hopefully you catch us on the replay. And let's see what else here. Join the club. Xbox Father. Man, you got the fans coming out of the woodwork. I don't know. You're a popular guy.
My charisma's a natural 4.
Looks like Fox. Fox is actually giving his stamp of approval on your suggestions. So
see, this is why I like skill systems, Dan, is because even if you have a natural 4, you could still pump those numbers into your friendliness.
I did drop all of my skill points into masterful bullshit artists. So
there you go.
Did you?
See, works out.
That's awesome. Yeah, we so Jeanette and I played in in Todd's game. Todd ran our game. So you played in Nate's game, and they were try and trade off. I think.
Yeah, they both ran a good game.
Of dropship, you're talking about.
Dropship.
Well, they ran both dropship and Horde Wars, but I have not played in the Horde Wars game yet, but I did play in the dropship game with Jeanette, and that was fun as hell. Jeanette really enjoyed that one too. She
enjoyed dropship.
Oh yeah. And I think we threw Todd for a little bit of a loop too with our little unconventional, shall we say, unconventional thing.
Yeah.
So we did some good. Really, Roger, really.
You know why?
Really.
Oh. Staff.
You think it bothers me, and it doesn't.
Yep.
Look at that.
I think it probably bothers you a little bit.
I think it bothers him a lot of bit.
It doesn't bother me a bit at all, but that's okay, Dan. You know what? Because I didn't have to get up at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning and start moving shit around.
Buddy, I have a toddler. I wake up at 6:30 every day.
I know. I know. I'm beyond that. I already got rid of my kids grown, married. You're signed up for the next at least 16 years, probably more.
And I will treasure every minute of it.
Oh, sure you will. Sure you will. Sit, look at this. Look at Drag.
But notice whose name is first. Nailed it.
Okay. I'm just happy to be included at all.
Cam, we love you.
Happy to include you, Cam.
I think it bothers him up. It really doesn't. It really doesn't, Kyle. I could care less.
So, since we were warming up in the boring area before we got a few people in, but I don't have to go into it. But I did mention to you guys offline that I had taken the opportunity this week to organize my shelves a little bit and get my game books that were scattered all over the floor, piled all over the floor, into a fairly nice order, and it does make me very happy to see the orderliness. So
I should not show the picture that started that conversation.
Not on stream. Everybody's going to judge you a whole lot.
Yeah, a whole lot.
Yeah, you keep that to yourself or to your close friends.
That is a shameful picture. Don't
it
share
actually,
it in the general
it actually looked really good in here until I was putting together workbenches.
Bye, Roger.
And had to move shit around, and that's why. High five. All right, buddy. Yeah. All right. It's now your intention to spend some. Well, you enjoy the family. You busted your ass off for a long time, and it's getting ready to start all over again for the next year.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're already in the planning process. I know he and I were on a stream the other night for quite a while too. So he was talking about stuff.
Sorry, I'm just going to jump around to topics or various things on my mind. And if you guys,
it's okay to interrupt the squirrel conversation, Cam.
Okay. Well, this is this week I got in a couple of Dragonbane supplements. There was their magic book, and then there was a campaign book, basically that's like a seaside city kind of campaign. Maybe Dan's going to get his copy.
Of course he is, because he has a copy of everything.
Well, that's cool. But
that's not true. But mine also came in.
All right. You got the collector versions, eh?
Fancy version.
Yeah, which is funny because I actually really, really like the artwork on the regular books, but my other Dragonbane books are the green books, and I wanted them to match, and I knew it would bother me if they didn't.
Yeah, I've gone the cheap route because I kind of started fairly recently with Dragon. I guess maybe, I don't know, 18 months ago. No, a little more than that maybe, but I didn't get the earlier Kickstarters on it. But sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say, that begs the question: is it kind of a devious thing for them to start doing these special covers, and then you got to order the other regular version just so that you got to catch them all, so to speak?
If you're a completionist,
yeah.
Well, Dan, let me ask. I'm sorry. We were talking again a little offline that I have many different hobbies. Is RPGs kind of your main hobby, or do you have a lot of other things you do?
I do play some video games, although I've cut back a lot on video games in 2026 to play more TTRPGs. Okay. I also read a good bit, mostly RPG books, but I read other stuff. And guns. I like to go shooting.
Okay,
but ammo is expensive, so that doesn't happen as much as it used to.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess so. This launched me into more Dragonbane stuff. I started delving into it more because I don't think this was before I met you, Dan, that I was running a game and talking to our guys with the sci-fi group, kind of running it for some friends and family over here, and Christmas kind of threw us off, and I've never gotten back to it.
Hang on. One real quick question. Did Jeff take a still of himself to put as a static image when he goes out and smokes, of him just staring into the camera in possibly the creepiest, unblinking serial killer gaze possible?
Isn't that funny as hell?
You need a GIF at least.
Yeah.
Oh, an animated one with me just kind of talking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's a good idea. I should do that next.
Oh my god. It's better than an empty screen.
or a
But the
cartoon
look's
avatar.
a little intense.
Yeah, you should do it like you're looking down, so it's like you're running
Sorry,
some
Cam.
heavy
I didn't
shush.
mean to interrupt you. I just
No,
noticed that he was like boring into my soul with his eyes.
no, that's it about it. I just the Dragonbane has been on my mind lately. It's something we talked about. We were talking about on Bad News Bards, although I guess it could be on any show,
Yeah.
about kind of digging in on a particular system. And Dan, so obviously you're interested at least in Dragonbane as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Dragonbane is a ton of fun. I think it would be a great game to play on
On the stream?
on Mike's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if
I-
we wanted to do a different one,
Well-
I think that'd be a ton of fun.
I
Yeah.
do too. Just a side little tangent here. Do you think I think that Dragonbane is a fairly good beginner game? It seems pretty accessible.
Oh yeah.
So that's it. That's one of the things I thought about. It was kind of nice, but
Yeah, the one critique I would give of Dragonbane as a beginner game is if you have to use like the dodge or the parry action and then you don't get to take your turn as a result, like that can be kind of a downer for new people.
yeah, and
So-
it is a little strange too, because again, it's like going late is actually good in a lot of ways for that. For people that don't know, Dragonbane is a roll under skill based system essentially.
It's Call of Cthulhu divided by 5. It's a D20 roll under.
Yeah, and it's essentially classless. Technically there's professions that are kind of like classes, but they're very thin in what they do. You can essentially have two characters that are exactly the same that are different professions.
Yeah.
Depending on what skill choice you take and everything. But the monsters, like the bigger monsters, not like NPC monsters like a skeleton or something like that, but the bigger monsters, they basically just hit you. There's no roll to hit. It's just they roll what the effect is, and they have like a chart for that. And the only way you can really avoid it is by evading or parrying in some cases. So you have to have your action for that round available still, or because if you've acted, you can't do it unless they have like their heroic abilities. If you have a heroic ability, you could do it more than once, but heroic abilities are very thin at the beginning. You get like one, and they're hard to get. That you really have to.
So explain the heroic abilities, because I don't have a copy of Dragonbane.
Sure.
So.
Dan, do you want to do it, or I could? Either way.
Yeah. So heroic abilities, you get one at character creation, and they can be different things. I can't look at Jeff's picture; it's messing with me. I got to this way. Sorry. There's a bunch of different things, and some, like most of them are combat. I don't know, most of them are combat based, but you can get a few of them as you level up as well. But it'll be things like dodging doesn't take your reaction, so you can dodge and then still take your action on your turn. There's stuff like that. It's just they're
roughly
ways...
like feats, but
feats is a good way.
You have a willpower point system.
Yes,
it's used for a lot of things, because you do have a racial ability as well. That's the same mechanic as a heroic ability, and they all cost willpower, and your willpower pool is relatively small. So, and a lot of these cost like 2 or 3 to do. So you can't just be willy nilly blowing them out.
Right.
But yeah, it's roughly like feats, little tweaks here or there, but I think they're kind of cool.
Yeah. So there's and some of them are like mages don't get one at the start of the game because they have spells instead.
Yeah.
But there's heroic abilities like let's see here. Oh, there's weaknesses in there too. That's right. I forgot about those. I hadn't used those in a long time. Yeah,
I think there's like a twin strike one.
That's the one I was looking for. Actually, is twin strike.
But that's his favorite system, Kyle.
Unfortunately, Kyle, I actually do have a copy of 5.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's like twin shot. By activating this ability when attacking with a bow, not a crossbow, you shoot 2 arrows instead of 1. Roll once to hit with the Bane. Damage is rolled separately. There's twin strike and veteran, weasel, magic talent, lone wolf that makes you better at bushcraft. So they're not all combat focused. But a double slash, not twin strike. That's for axes or swords. But they're just cool little things you can do on your character. They're kind of like feat-ish.
Yeah.
But their backstabbing is one. So
yeah, and because they're so rare, they do feel really kind of cool. It's like, oh, that's my little special thing, that sets you apart. And you can gain more, but like I said, it's basically you have to level a skill up to a high level or a high number.
Yeah.
And you have an opportunity to do that after every game, depending on how much there's a little checklist basically.
Yeah.
And also if you roll crits or crit fails or crit successes, it gives you more opportunity to use those to upgrade those particular things. So
yeah. So one of the cool things about Dragonbane is at the end of every session, you get advancement marks, and you have to answer these questions. Did you participate in the game session? Did you explore a new location? Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries? Did you overcome an obstacle without using force? Did you give in to your weakness, which is optional? Also, and those are called advancement marks. You can put them along your skills. Also, any skills you use during the session, if you either roll a dragon, which is a 1, you want to roll low, or a demon, which is a 20, you can also put a tick next to that skill. And then basically at the end of every single session, whichever skills you have those advancement marks next to, you roll the skill. If you roll higher than the skill, it goes up by 1.
Mm-hmm.
So and whenever you get a skill to 18, you unlock a heroic ability. You can also get them from like if the GM gives you, they call it a grand heroic deed.
Yeah, it's usually they recommend that like for like a campaign, you might get like 1, in there. So.
Yeah, but Dragonbane's awesome. I love Dragonbane a lot.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Jeff. Did you have any questions about anything?
No, I was just it sounds like it's pretty simple. It doesn't feel overpowered, does it?
No, you've got you're on the edge of death all the time.
Oh yeah,
you have very few hit points,
and because you see that a lot, particularly in like 5e later on. It's everything is so OP.
This one is basically your con score is basically your hit points, and you don't go up because there is no level. You don't level, in this game.
Right.
You can take heroic abilities that gives you like toughness in like 3rd edition or whatever. It like gives you, I think, 2. So it's like a heroic ability, which we just explained is really hard to come by. You get like 2 additional hit points, and that's it. So
yeah, like if a Dragonbane character winds up with 20 hit points, they're like
doing good.
God.
Right. Wow. And the damage is higher on average than a lot of D&D games. Like a I don't remember longsword exactly, but like a broadsword does like 2d6 to start. Plus, if you have a high ability score, you get an additional die, like a D4 or a D6. So if you have like a 17 strength or something, you're rolling off at 3d6 with a sword swing. I mean, you could drop somebody with 1 hit quite easily.
Yeah, This is the monsters in Dragonbane are really unique, and I like them a lot because like they don't roll to attack. What you do is you roll a d6 and then they just do that thing. So for the giant spider, if I roll, a 2, it does a tearing attack. The famished spider lunges at the player characters, frantically attacking with its multitude of hairy barbed legs. All player characters within 2 meters suffer d8 piercing damage each. And if you've only got 14 health, right, you can be dropped in like 2 hits. Yeah. And this ferocity rating is how many times per combat round that monster acts, which is awesome.
That is kind of cool. I mean, so it's got a roll table just to
see what it does.
Just to see that's kind of cool because that adds randomnicity even for the DM or whatever. Right. I don't know what they call it.
It makes them really easy to run because a lot of them too tell you who it targets. Like sometimes it'll be like the closest one, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's I was going to say that, Dan, is I find this a very easy game to DM.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
well. Since you said that, you said you're volunteering to run the game on Monday.
I said no such thing. I if no one else wanted to do it and people really wanted to try it, I would do it. But as you know, I prefer playing.
Well, I've run a game, and Dan's run a game, and Matt's run a game.
If people wanted it, I would certainly consider it. But
I mean, it could be a one shot too. It doesn't have to be like we're doing with Hyperborea. And I love the Hyperborea game. I think that's a great thing that no matter what, we should keep on doing it somehow.
If we're done with Dragonbane, or we can go back to it, I suppose the Hyperborea thing is everybody seems to be pretty into it, right?
Yeah.
I think Dan, you were kind of joking. It's like, mocking us a little bit. It's like you dorks
like
are
crack.
like all into this as a campaign. It was supposed to be kind of a short run, not quite a one shot, but a little campaign or a little module or whatever. And we're
I didn't know how long it was going to go, to be honest, because I didn't know how you guys were going to take to it.
Yeah, I think originally, wasn't the plan that you were going to run a one shot and then we had the cannibal thing as like a secondary?
Yeah, I was originally going to run Rats on the Walls first, which is it's like a 4-hour game. It's like a con game.
Yeah.
It's meant to fit in like a 3 to 4 hour block. I was going to run that first, and then I was thinking about it. I'm like, nah, let's just start with Zimbala. I like Zimbala a lot. And to be perfectly honest, I can run Zimbala without prepping it, so that was part of it.
That's
nice.
No,
that does help, when you don't have to do a lot of prep, and especially if it's something you've run a lot and you're familiar with it. It really, you're not getting surprised. You kind of know where things are leading. The only surprises you get is from the crazy shit we do.
Right, but even then I know it well enough where I'm like, okay, they did some crazy shit, they're wanted. So like the thing that happened on Monday with the Urkin, the head of the arena, and his gladiator slaves, like that's not in the module that he comes and hunts you, but that was like, well, if there's a bounty on their head, the guy that has 6 men at arms that are his slaves would go try to get that bounty, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's a logical extension, and that's what DMing is really all about.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of Hyperborea, you were on with Erudite. Was it?
Oh, Cam's having internet issues.
Good old restream. Was it yesterday? You guys pre-recorded that one, right?
We did, yeah.
When is that supposed to air?
It went live yesterday on
Did it?
Erudite's
Okay.
channel. Yeah, it's just on Mike's channel.
I looked for it
on Collab Link.
Yeah, I looked for it on Wednesday when I knew you were doing it, and I'm like, oh, they must be recording. I know Mike likes to do that.
Yeah, he does. So we talked to Jeff Talanian for about an hour about a nice variety of topics, a couple questions about like the world and the system. But the big thing that was really cool is he has a Kickstarter that will likely be coming out in 2027 it's going to be a box set for the city-state of Chromarium. Chromarium's the biggest city in all of Hyperborea, and it's getting its own dedicated box set. So you'll have the city, the undercity, the surrounding areas around it, a bunch of faction information, and he actually revealed on Erudite's channel the 2 new classes that are going to be in.
Well, don't spoil it. We'll save it for Sunday.
The Reaver, which is a combo of the fighter and a thief, and the Seer, which is a psionicist.
Well, good. Well, I'll go in totally blind and say, so, do you have anything new coming out?
Well,
okay, wait a minute. Reaver, that's Conan, right? I mean, that's what he is.
Yeah. It's like a fighter thief. Yeah, I mean, Conan is kind of like a thief, fighter, pirate, barbarian. He's a lot of things. Right. But the Reaver sounded cool.
I think they describe him as a Reaver at times.
I think they do. Stories. And then he's definitely reaving through enemies because he's a god. But the Seer being like a psionicist class. So I was a Dark Sun kid. I am super pumped to have psionics in Hyperborea.
I'm a psionics nerd myself. It's
really,
I can't say I ever got to play one in first edition, and I'm guessing that he's not going to be doing first edition type psionics with this. It's going to have its own, or maybe
I think it's its own thing. He didn't really go much into the details of it. Yeah, it's already been spoiled, bud. It's not going to be new. We got
to have him make sure that he releases some new information on the bards, man.
Jeff, it's not about trying to get new information. It's just about talking to cool people. Just because he released new information for Erudite and I doesn't mean that you're unloved, okay? Do you need a hug?
Yes.
Everybody give Jeff a hug in the chat.
All right. One in the chat. Nobody give Jeff a hug. Instead, just laugh at Jeff.
What I did say earlier before you jumped on is he has donated 3 adventures for us to do our giveaway stream on the 5th.
Very cool. Do you mind sharing which ones?
Pimp that.
I can if you'd like me to.
I'm curious. You could save it for Bad News Bards.
I could.
We want to advertise a little bit and say that you do have to be subscribed free, of course.
Yes.
To
Steam the
me,
Bad News Bar.
to Dan the Final
no,
Arbiter.
Well,
no,
go ahead
well,
and subscribe to Dan's channel as well.
yes,
I
But
broke
for
100
this-
this week.
Oh, okay.
did
Congrats.
you?
So yeah, I broke 100.
But to give, to participate in the giveaway, you have to be subscribed to
Yeah.
Bad News Bards.
It's going to be the Lost Treasure of Atlantis,
Oh, that's Chainsaw's one. That's a good module.
the Late Trapper's Lament,
Okay.
and the Sea Wolf's Daughter.
Ooh, those are good.
So
I have not played all the Hyperborea modules. I've at least read them all, but I've not played them all.
Yeah.
And I am of the opinion, and this is an unpopular opinion amongst Dungeon Tube, but you shouldn't review a module if you haven't played it.
No, I would agree. That's kind of until you actually put it.
Reading it is
through
one
the
thing.
test.
It's not the same as running it.
It's true.
He's laughing, crying, and hugging all at the same time.
Yeah, people tend to do that when I just start roasting you mercilessly.
Yes, because look at that. I'm just an ordinary guy, and he's got he says Late Trapper's early level, and the other two are 4 to 7. So that's cool.
Yep.
That's really cool. So yeah, if you want your chance to get one of these, make sure you sub the Dan's channel, but then also you need to sub to the Bad News Bards, because that's where we're going to be giving it away on, and I've got my little thing up there.
And since we mentioned him, sub to Erudite DM's channel as well.
Yes,
he's a
we
good dude.
should. And we do that stream every Monday with him, and that is totally awesome. It's on my channel, your channel, Dan, and of course Erudite's channel.
Now, what I was going to say about this is because it's become kind of a thing that people seem to want to continue on with, is it would be nice. I understand people have a ton of busy schedules, that if we could, because I think Erudite does like to explore the different game systems.
He does.
Is if there was an opportunity to spin it off into a regular night thing, that it's just, this is a campaign that's going on.
Oh, I've already decided that. I was just Restream hates you.
Really?
Cam, get your shit together, brother.
Is this the other computer? The other computer?
I don't know what it is.
But no, I agree. If Erudite does decide, since it is his channel, if he wants to move on to something else and people wanted to, I would pick it up on my channel on a different night and figure it out.
Yeah, we'd have to all talk about that too.
Yeah,
because I know, like,
schedules and stuff.
I know, like, Kyle specifically has Mondays available, that he's for that, and we love having him on that show.
Yeah.
He's an awesome player.
I love the RP.
Yeah.
It makes my job so easy.
I just quickly wanted to mention that also tonight on Second Watch, right, is Dean and Vicky.
Yes.
With our buddy Matt.
There's also something else going on tonight.
What?
On Eric Tenkar's channel, James Spawn is going to be running a Blades of Power adventure, which is his Kickstarter that ends in a few days. It's his take on BX. If BX were like Thundar the Barbarian / He-Man / Saturday morning cartoons from the 80s with power metal.
That's fun.
And he is going to be running that dungeon for John Samora, Eric Tenkar, Glenn Hallstrom, and me.
Cool.
Yeah.
What time?
Well, you just worm your way into everything, don't you, Dan?
People like me, Jeff. I didn't worm my way. I was asked.
I don't know how the hell you pull that off.
Well,
because I'm delightful.
You're good at it.
That's on Eric's channel on Tenkar's channel.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Tenkar's. I imagine.
What time is that? Is that kicking off?
10 Eastern. So.
Yeah,
right
I love Eric, but I'm going to be watching probably Matt's channel. I don't know.
I'll catch it on the replay.
Yeah.
I just had to give it a shout out.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And we understand. We're friends with all these people, so we understand if you really want to see something on another channel. We appreciate it. We don't try to make our streams too terribly long usually, unless we have a guest that we just are so enthralled with that we can't help ourselves.
My like your stream with Bill Sylvie that went on for like 3.5 hours. That was a good one though.
That was awesome. Yes. Yeah, it was just
Yeah,
like
I was sad I had to jump out on that one.
Forbidden Lands is also great. I have not played Vaesen yet. I have the book.
Oh yeah. Free League's got a ton of games. I did buy the I don't know if it was a new version or just some new stuff for the Vaesen. The box set and two like campaign or area books. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
they've come out with a few setting books recently, like Mythic Carpathia, and there's been a couple other ones.
Yeah, that's one.
I've only got the core book, but it looks cool.
Yeah, I've only paged through it a little bit. I haven't really studied it, but the Forbidden Lands one seemed cool too, because I wouldn't say it's Dark Sun and theme, but it's kind of a survival game as I understand it. It's like you're trying to like build up some sort of, I don't know if I'd say outpost, but some sort of system for yourself, that you can be, survive and live in.
I think survival horror-ish is kind of like a good way to describe it.
They also just finished a Kickstarter for a second edition of, I don't know how you pronounce it,
Symbaroum, which is also super fun, which I did back.
Okay, that's like kind of
at the Tropic Thunder level.
Of course you did.
Of course. See,
because you do the I'm batshit crazy and go all in 100,000% on everything.
Not on everything.
Well,
Symbarum's really fun though.
Yeah.
Symbarum is like a very dark fantasy with a lot of horror elements. So you can it's kind of Dark Soulsy, honestly. Symbarum's cool.
It's like 1600s era-ish theme, is that right?
Yeah, like there's like some gothicness to it. Yeah, I guess you could say. But
that's kind of cool. What do you think about Xbox Father? He's got a question out there.
I just saw that yesterday that there's a new Conan series coming to Amazon by the guy that did Samurai Jack and everything. I hope it's awesome.
But
modern media largely is not great. So
it's true, but Tartakovsky has a good record. He
does.
Yeah. And he's big enough name probably that he can overcome or set conditions, from doing the work. We're actually going to talk about this on Top Lofty Lounge this week.
Are you really?
Sci-Fi Snob channel at 11 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, he's dipping his toe. Well, it is kind of sci-fi.
Well, he's a big fan. Like Primal, he was a huge fan of that. For example, he was really into that. So,
the other one that Nightcaron, the other one that I'm hopeful for doesn't suck is Henry Cavill as Highlander.
Yeah, I hope Cavill sticks to his guns, because Cavill was adamant, and that's kind of why he ultimately left
The Witcher.
And if he sticks to his guns on Highlander, it could be excellent.
Yes. Do you know who's directing Highlander?
No.
Chad Stahelski.
Okay.
The guy that did the John Wick movies. So I think it'll be pretty fucking great.
So it's got potential.
Can I swear on your stream?
Yes.
Good. I guess it's also my stream because it's on my channel too. Flippity dippity great. Sorry, Danica, if you ever watched this.
That was what kind of swear was that?
I'm undoing it because in case my daughter ever watches it, because that's part of the reason I was like, you know what I should do? Go on YouTube, so that way one day if I croak, my daughter can be like, oh, I can see my dad. So.
All right. So
Symbarum is darker than Hyperborea. Oh.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Symbarum's really dark.
Like in what manner? You said it was horror, like gothic horror kind of stuff. Is it like
you know what the best video game equivalent would kind of be? Darkest Dungeon. Did you ever play Darkest Dungeon?
Is that the roguelike one?
Yeah, it's kind of like roguelite-ish. It's 2D. It's like like sprites and stuff. And
I think I did back in.
You got those adventures that are like going into a dungeon, and they always get the shit kicked out of them, and they eventually they'll like eventually go insane from the horrors of the dungeon and the world and everything. That's a good analog for Symbarum. But yeah, Dreg's right. It's darker than Hyperborea's got a lot of dark in it, but it's not the whole thing. But Symbarum is, yeah.
Well, I'm just sorry to keep going back to Dragonbane, but Dragonbane is a little lighter, right? It advertises itself as mirth and mayhem role
Yes.
playing, but even so, it is kind of grim fairy tale-ish, I guess, in some ways, or at least the imagery reminds me of that.
Like the true Grimm fairy tales,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, not the friendly Disney version of them, and
Yeah.
and like I said, dying is easy and everything. And there are demons and such in it, but generally it is, not too dark.
Yeah, Dreg has a good point here too. Symbaroum is like evil forest with surprise bad monsters and sometimes twisted ruins, and that's one of the things that makes it dark and like horrible and horrified, is that like the cities aren't safe.
Mm.
The darkness will come for you even in the cities. Also, there's a whole bunch of terrible factions and NPCs in the cities and everything that'll like murder you and stuff. So Symbaroum's a lot of fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
So not for children.
And Cam, this is for you. Don't tell me that. I'm like Dan, I guess. He goes in way too hard. Yeah. Dan does. Yeah.
I do.
Well, that's the other thing that came from my organizing. It's like, oh, look at all the games I'm not playing, including one I really do want to play, probably more than anything at this point, which is the One Ring, another Free League game, which is of course Tolkien.
Excellent game.
Yeah, and Dreg brought up this one here as well. He's like talking about having a ton. He says they did a 5e version. I don't know why.
They do a lot of that. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
They have like for the One Ring, and there's many others that they do a 5e content book. So it's using the 5e system, but it's the same thing. Like, so for One Ring, I forget what it's called, but it's the same kind of content adapted for 5e. So they have their own mechanical system and the 5e one in parallel.
Yeah, the 5e one, I think it's just called Lord of the Rings role playing. The 5e Symbaroum is called Ruins of Symbaroum.
Right.
But
yeah. Which I'm not sure what. Well, I guess the 5e thing was a powerhouse until, well, maybe still, but until recently it definitely was. So and he just couldn't afford not to, I guess.
And Anarchic Fox is going to volunteer to run that game for us, I guess, on that Monday stream, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, you ran a 5-year.
Well, I mean, you kind of put those words in his mouth, but
I did, of course. No,
this is why people like me more.
Oh, really? Oh, come on. I'm a nice guy, mostly. Let's see here. The lore in Symbaroum is succinct, but has a good tempo and ease of introduction to maintenance. Hyperborea has an overall better lore baseline and can be taken many directions. So
I agree.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
It's still absolutely worth playing. The Symbaroum's a fun game.
Do you guys? I'm sorry. Do you guys remember like one of the problems that they theorized about late TSR? Second edition.
Mm-hmm.
Before WotC bought them, was that they were competing with themselves with all the different settings and such. I wonder how Free League is going to avoid that, because it seems very much the same. That they have a lot of games, and it's not like they've got 6 or 7 fantasy role-playing games.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's a truth though, because not everybody wants
the people
to play
that play Symbaroum aren't the same people that are going to go play Coriolis or Blade Runner, and I think that's what's probably the most different. I do think WotC cannibalized, or not WotC, TSR cannibalized itself in the second edition with too many settings.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned fantasy, right? The best example I can give from 2E is if you wanted to play fantasy, you had Mystara, you had Birthright, you had Dragonlance, you had Forgotten Realms, you had Greyhawk, you had
Al-Qadim.
No, I'm thinking high fantasy.
Yeah, but that's
I'm kind of keeping Al-Qadim and Dark Sun off to the side.
Okay. Well, but I mean, Al-Qadim is
Ravenloft's off to the side. You could argue Al-Qadim, right? And Dark Sun is at least different. Ravenloft was very different. Spelljammer was very different. But like you had 5 or 6 that could all kind of fit into that like fantasy tag.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then you had, I mean, their interpretation of horror, which in 2E was actually pretty good.
Yeah, Ravenloft was good in 2E.
Yeah. So but that fits in any setting. I mean, literally, it's its own demi-plane. I mean, if you look at the lore
Yeah.
for Ravenloft in second edition, it's just so much way better than anything fifth edition has for it. You know, if you're gonna do if you're gonna
Mhm.
run a Ravenloft game and you're still playing 5e, you need to at least look at the stuff from second edition and even maybe some from third, and kind of take that stuff and expand the whole realm, because there's a whole lot more to it
Mhm.
back then.
Well, Dan, I agree with you that Coriolis probably isn't, competing with fantasy because they're different genres and people could do that. But
Yeah.
they do, they've got Dragonbane, Symbaroum, the One Ring, Forbidden Lands.
Yeah.
Vaesen probably isn't necessarily fantasy, but they also have the Black Powder and Brimstone. And
yeah,
then
that's a Mork Borg game though.
Is it okay?
That's a Borg clone, yeah, or a Borg like, or whatever they call them.
Have either of you tried the Morkborg stuff?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I played Mork Borg, I played Pirate Borg, I played Cyborg, I played Black Powder and Brimstone, which is actually really good, by the way.
How are they? How are they?
They are a fun palate cleanser. I would not run or want to play an extended campaign.
So they're one shot basically.
They're short adventures, but like one of the things with the Borgs is you've got your 5 stats, your strength, presence, whatever they all are, I forget.
Yeah.
And every time you level up, you roll a d6. If it's higher than your modifier, your stat goes up. If it's lower than your modifier, your stat goes down. So like you can level up and get worse across the board. That's not fun for a campaign.
No, I don't think I'd enjoy that.
No,
especially over a long term.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get it for maybe a very short maybe 4 sessions or whatever. So,
like of all the Borgs, like I don't like Mork Borg. It's impossible to read.
I've heard Pirate Borg is pretty good, though.
Pirate Borg
is probably the best. It's like the best of the Borgs.
Pirate Borg is super fun. I also really like the theming and the world of Black Powder and Brimstone because it's kind of like, I don't know, Victorian-ish, American West pistols and stuff. It's fun. It's good.
By the way, Agile, congratulations.
Hey, Agile.
Yeah.
41,000 and change.
Yeah.
Congrats,
almost 40, pretty close to 42. Nice. So
yeah.
I don't know if we should get him. We're going to get him back on the stream again soon. Thank you, by the way, for the shout out, Dan. You even
thank you very much. That was very sweet.
I posted it on our Discords. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew. I put it on Sci-Fi for Me as well, so that Jason would see it. That is very humbling, and we appreciate it, man.
That was very cool of you.
Yeah. And I think it was Michael that posted it, but
yes, I'm sure they coordinated on it though.
I'm pretty sure they did.
I don't care who hit enter on the message.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
they're both excellent humans, and that's important.
But we want to get you guys back on again soon. And I was curious. I want to ask you.
Nice.
Is it so, Agile? You can answer in the chat. Are you doing late pledges? Because it doesn't show me a late pledge because I'm already a backer. So I don't know if late pledges are available. Or if that's something you have to turn on. Oh man, we love you too. We really appreciate you, dude. You and Michael both are awesome people. Now, you are the Satron Paint.
You can still back the project. I just opened it in an incognito window.
There you go. So if you missed it, you can do it late. What's the deadline? I wonder.
That I don't know.
That one we'll have to find out from him. Yes. And it showed, dude. It really showed, and we really appreciate that. So make sure that.
So the upshot is that Free League is going to break me, both in time and money, if I'm not careful, because all their stuff looks really cool to me. I gotta say.
So Free League is Drago. I will break him.
That means I'm Rocky.
Don't you lose? No, you don't lose in Rocky 4.
Not ultimately.
Not ultimately.
He always comes back. He's a survivor.
Yeah. He doesn't always come back. He didn't come back at the end of Rocky 1. He lost.
Did he though? He spirit win, right? You know,
But he won in spirit.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a participation trophy victory.
Yeah, maybe
Rocky
is that
lost
where it
and Rocky
started?
won.
Is that where it started?
No.
but then he came back for a sequel that was awesome and
Right.
beloved. So.
And the torch was passed to Rocky by Apollo Creed in Rocky 2, which is an amazing movie.
Yep.
And then he beat the shit out of Clubber Lang in Rocky 3. And then he defeated communism by himself in Rocky 4.
Who doesn't love that?
Which is amazing.
I mean, Stallone was an awesome guy. America. Yeah. And we like the rest of you guys. I'm getting a kick out of all these.
We're about to get a visitor.
Ooh, are we?
She's cuter than all of us put together.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear her coming?
Is she about this tall? Yay tall and
yeah.
So no swear.
Full of spirit.
You coming? The stairs are tough to navigate when you're two.
Oh man.
Hey, don't leave me hanging. Oh, bye.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
I thought you were playing Tarkov.
Nope.
So Dan, have you played Forbidden Lands?
Yes, I have played Forbidden Lands, not a lot, but I really like it and I want to play more because the systems in Forbidden Lands are super cool.
Okay. So was I off base with that? The kind of the theming with it? Is it kind of a survival game?
It's definitely like a survival and resource management game and unlike it's different from other Free League games in that domain play is an important part of Forbidden Lands, and domains are important to establish, and you can establish more than one. And when you do, they become safe. I like how Jeff just turned off his camera instead of putting on that creepy picture.
Well, I didn't want to scare
the child.
Appreciate
Don't want
that,
to scare
buddy.
the kid. Yeah.
So she's sitting here playing with my light. So if I suddenly get plunged into darkness, that was the work of the Agent of Chaos that I love very dearly.
There you go.
So, but yeah, no, Forbidden Lands is a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I like the pushing aspect of the Forbidden Lands system. Where you can try to push a roll, and if it works, that's good. If it fails, then bad things happen.
Okay, is it similar to Dragonbane the way they do the push?
Yeah, it's kind of similar.
Okay, because in Dragonbane, basically, I think if you push, you fail, and then you have a condition that's attached to each of your
the debuff on one of your stats. Yeah,
right, and you basically get a boon. Which
my daughter is stealing my dice.
Just don't eat them.
Got an early gamer. She's already starting. She's learning.
He does the big foam 20. It's the size of a softball.
No, it is like a 28 millimeter die, so it's huge. It's the ones I use to roll on stream, so she can't eat it, which is good. But I also don't want it to get lost in the couch. All right. Oh wait, hang on. We're going to distract her with something shiny. Here, take the dice tower from CNYCon. It's purple. You like purple? Here you go.
Oh, you got a purple one? I got a.
No, you have to give me the die. You can't just have both. Oh my goodness!
But
you
Daddy,
Daddy,
I need the die to put in the dice tower.
I have the best child ever. She listened to me, and she's 2.
Nice.
She can have that for bed. She just caused all sorts of chaos over here.
Come talk to me when she's 12.
I'm sure she'll just cause a different type of chaos when she's 12.
Oh yes. Oh yes, they will.
The important thing is that she's putting the Roku remote in my dice bag, which I will forget that she did that, and then I'm going to be like, "Where the hell's the remote?"
Oh. And then you're going to have to run to Walmart and go buy another one.
No.
And then you'll find the old one.
I barely watch TV as is.
Yeah.
So.
What about the wife though?
Well, she doesn't watch TV down here in my basement. This is my fortress of solitude, where I am not oft disturbed or bothered.
Yeah, we'll see how long that actually
It was a joke. They come down multiple times a day.
I know.
Hi, sweetie. You want to say hi? All right. Say hi, internet. Say hi, internet. Don't put that in your nose.
Hi.
Hi. Don't put that in your nose. Do not put my dice bag drawstring in your nose. Yeah. Can you say hi, Jeff? Say hi, Jeff. Hi. Say hi, Cam.
Hi.
Look at that.
Say.
See, we don't need animals.
Who is your favorite Paw Patrol doggy? Is it Rumble?
No.
You are beating the crap out of my mic.
Yeah. That's all right.
Do you want to tell everybody how awesome you are? Say, I'm super awesome. Don't chew on the microphone. They don't need to hear that. This is not an ASMR show.
Yeah, it is now.
Okay, you come back. As you can tell, I'm a very strict father, and I regularly get what I want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hello. Does she have a favorite game?
Not yet, but it will be Hyperborea when it's old.
It will be Hyperborea. Is that what you said?
You're damn right. It'll be Hyperborea.
Okay.
Say Hyperborea is the best. I will also accept Swords and Wizardry.
Swords and Wizardry would be awesome. Speaking of Swords and Wizardry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, Matt. That was a kind of a cool thing to see.
Oh, that's right. He is this all public, right?
It's on
Post
Facebook.
that? Okay, yeah. So he got married.
Yeah, it showed up, and I'm like, oh my god. Well, congratulations, dude.
And there was a random dog in the picture for some reason.
There was yes. And I'm like,
Dogs photobombing wedding pictures is apparently a thing.
is it really?
Yeah.
It was a pretty golden. It reminded me of my girl that I had back in when I was a teenager. I had Autumn. She was my sweet girl. Unfortunately, she, like all dogs, something happens eventually to them. They get old and hips start going out and whatever. But
Let's not turn this into a we're sad that our dogs are
I don't want to get sad. No.
Yeah.
Well,
but I have my puppies. I love my putties.
Let me just another random thought I had recently. I meant to send it to you, but because we've talked a lot about mechanics and stuff here and there, of course, because gamers. And I started thinking about, maybe I did send this to Jeff, I'm not sure, about how board gamers and RPG players might look at things differently. I haven't come to any conclusions or even theories on it, but I'm wondering if that does kind of shape the way that things go, because a board game, of course, is pretty, it's pretty cut and dry. These are the rules. This is what you do, and there's strategies and things that work. Whereas role playing, of course, is very open ended.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's the more mechanical systems, like let's say 3rd edition versus BX, just to pick two, would appeal to some. Would 3rd edition appeal to a board gamer more that's kind of used to like, again, battle map and things like that.
I think it depends on what type of board gamer it is, though, because board games come in all sorts of
Yeah,
weights,
sure,
from
sure.
lightweight to super duper heavy Euros.
True.
And also, Chris Charlton Webb says something very important in chat. Hyperborea, go! It is the best game.
Yeah.
You need to make a custom sign. It's like I guess that one is custom, but one with better contrast.
Get a professionally printed one.
There you go.
Okay.
With like your t-shirts.
I'm going to take a picture of it, and I'm going to pipe it into Chat GPT and say, make this awesome.
Oh, Lord.
And see what it comes out with.
Yeah. No, I'm having a blast in Hyperborea, and I'm eager to try lots of other systems too. But
Yeah, I know. I chatted with Mike because I know he tends to go about 6 to 8.
And then he
sessions,
starts his
but he wants to keep Hyperborea going until people either we die or people start feeling like it's time for a change, which I'm totally here for.
Yeah.
I could run you guys in Hyperborea for like a year.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing I was going to bring up, kind of in relation to that, is do you guys, or I mean, it's not just you guys, but for anybody, do you like bouncing around and trying doing one shots and such? Like, like you guys been to conventions, of course, which are a ton of one shots and different systems, or are people kind of more comfortable? They find their thing and they want to stick with it. And I'm kind of on the fence with this myself. There are a bunch of systems I want to try, but I also really want to delve into a campaign.
My goal is long-term campaign play.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I play, my goal is long-term campaign play. I love playing in and running multiple years long campaigns, because that's like the lightning in a bottle I had when I was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Like, we had like a 10-year long game that I ran. That was
Wow.
awesome.
It's pretty impressive.
Like, I want
Oh, but that never happens. It's only like 6 years, and then people, or
no, when
6
you
sessions.
start
levels.
playing in grade school and you play all through high school, you definitely
Mhm.
get like, but like that's my ideal end state. That's what I love the most out of TTRPGs. That being said, the occasional palate cleanser of dabbling in something new or running a one shot or running like a short 2 or 3 session adventure, you can totally do that from time to time, especially like, and I do that to my guys a lot. Like, sometimes when I'm DMing a long-term campaign, like I'll get a little bit of a burnout or like just
Yeah.
a
You need
brain
a break.
freeze,
You need a
and
break.
I need to reset my mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's my goal, is long-term campaigns.
So our buddy Atmos, or
ATM09ST-Y51. His name is Will. Doxed.
I didn't do it. It's all this guy down here.
No, Chris, Hyperborea starts on the flat world of Hyperborea that is orbiting the planet Saturn.
Yes, it do.
Under a
thank
red
you,
sun.
Kyle.
Oh, look at that.
Hey,
Kyle.
Blackwall.
Kyle. Oh, look at that. We got a few in there.
I don't know. So Dreg pointed out a good campaign needs a good city. Valid argument. If so, what fantasy cities? I don't know if a good campaign necessarily needs a good city, but it does need a good source of civilization and law. It doesn't necessarily have to be a city, though. Like, it could be an outpost or a keep, or like you can run Keep on the Borderlands for like 3 years if you wanted to.
Yeah,
sure.
Like, you don't necessarily need like a Waterdeep or a City of Greyhawk or something like that to have like a good campaign.
However, if you want some resources for things that you might find in cities, you can check out Agile Monk's campaign. Still available.
Absolutely,
it is. In fact,
We got a link.
But I think you need a good source of law, what is lawful and what is good and what is worth protecting, and you need like the forces of evil and chaos that are trying to destroy that. You have to have conflict for there to be a campaign, and there has to be enough conflict that it can evolve over time.
I agree. I think that's the making of a good campaign. The game that I played for I guess it might not be the longest. It was the longest for my young days. Was a very good versus evil kind of game, and it was. We were never worried about what to do next, because there was always this overarching threatening evil, that that we could, fight eternally, essentially.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be like world destroying evil, but it has to be conflict. It could be regional.
Sure.
Yeah, that was very smooth, Cam. Mad props.
There we go. There's the link.
Took the opportunity.
That was so smooth.
Thank you.
That was so smooth. That was covered in baby oil.
There you go. So oh well, I won't say what.
It's okay, Diddy. You can say it.
Not gonna. No, that's not what I was. That's not where I was going.
Chris, yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right now, of course, on Wednesdays we do the Babylon 5 stream. Cam and I do.
Yeah.
And I know that's Roger's very favorite stream that we do.
Yeah, Stargate Deep Space Nine is really cool.
Did that Stargate Deep Space 6? Yeah. Or he just picks up random stuff. But it's fun. But we're rapidly working towards the end, aren't we, Cam?
Oh yeah. This week, in fact, we will have the end of a major storyline.
Yeah. The Shadow War is going to be over, right? And it's going to be on to the. Oh, are you back?
Cam is struggle bussing.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's supposed to be the end of the Shadow War, and then I guess we're doing a special stream to
a wrap up essentially, because we usually do a season wrap up. But we're doing 2 for season 4 here because it's the storyline for the whole show essentially. So we kind of, after this, it'll move into essentially what is a very long epilogue.
Really?
Yeah, I mean there is another storyline,
I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Do you have any gaming related superstitions?
Mm.
Because I realize sitting here right now, listening to you guys talk about Stargate, Deep Six, whatever, that I do.
Well, lead us off, and maybe you'll trigger some thoughts.
When my dice are just sitting out, I always adjust them so that the highest number is facing up, because subconsciously I want gravity to pull more molecules down.
It's actually a fluid
fluid dynamics thing.
Millions of years change the balance.
That just to hope that it will ever so slightly tip the balance of power in my favor.
I actually heard someone say that at either North Texas or RPG Con.
Technically, if you had glass dice, I think glass is technically at room temperature, semi-solid.
Yeah, it's its own something or other kind of thing. But plastic are the resin dice really? I don't know.
I actually heard that glass thing, and I remember hearing about that. Like when I was in grade school or whatever. I heard that actually. I heard that's actually not true. More recently,
I've heard that more recently as well, and I'm like, well, it does flow.
Well, okay, we don't need to get into the glass debate, but I heard again. I don't have a horse in this race, but
glass is an amorphous solid because it is in a non-equilibrium state of matter.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm saying is I've heard further claims that isn't true, but it's neither here nor there, I suppose. But
now we've started a debate in the chat.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna have the glass debate.
All right. I think that we have to. Does anyone have black science in his number?
I got to look this up. Now it's a thing.
Obesity doesn't make you a better gamer. How's that?
I don't know. At most, at GaryCon, all of the large gentlemen with T-shirts that didn't go all the way down past their bellies, I think they do that on purpose so that they can cool their bodies to think better in combat, to roll better.
Is that why they're wearing midriffs? Or is it just because they couldn't find, the tees in their size?
It's because for some reason, game conventions don't stock only tall size shirts. I firmly believe, I will die on this hill, that all game conventions should only stock tall size shirts.
So remind me for SmokeyCon when I get shirts.
Have you ever had anyone complain that a shirt is too long?
No.
Because no one does.
Yeah. And the big thing is, okay, so you want it to fit.
The big thing is the gamers. That's why we need the tall shirts.
Right. You want it to fit your shoulders because otherwise, like if I wear, like I've been losing weight.
Thank you for showing off your flub.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Grandpa. That's getting clipped.
Dan, to answer your question, I used to do the same thing all the time with my dice,
yeah.
But I didn't have a reasoning behind it. It was just something I did. I also used to stack dice all the time.
Oh yeah, I do that too.
Oh, you were a dice stacker.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those players.
Yeah.
Right. I did also look up the glass thing. According to Grok, if you can, trust that, it says that yes, the glass is a liquid thing is a myth, but it is an amorphous solid.
I just said that.
Okay, but these are two different things. Is all I'm saying. The whole. So yes, we all did hear this whole thing about glass is really a liquid or whatever.
Yeah,
and it flows over time.
There was a ton of
things. Kyle raises a good point in chat. In 1992, when I was in school, I was taught glass is a super cool liquid. That's probably changed. After all, Pluto isn't a planet anymore either. I was shocked to learn from my 7-year-old niece. I was always taught there were 5 oceans. Or 4 oceans: Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic. Now there's a Southern Ocean. This is a recent thing. I didn't know that.
Who these people think they are?
There's now a Southern Ocean around Antarctica, and I think it has to do with like the current flow that kind of loops around endlessly around the South Pole.
I guess that would be fair. If there's an Arctic Ocean, why wouldn't there be an Antarctic Ocean or a, even though there's a landmass there.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Is Chris secretly Donnie?
Which one was that one?
He says Mighty Morphin Solid Ranger. No, so
we have an acquaintance on Sci-Fi for Me channel that is a super fan of Power Rangers.
Like he
I didn't
had,
know there were
like,
super fans of Power Rangers.
There are. Yeah, there are.
Never watched Power Rangers. I was too old.
Yeah, I
watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joe.
Yo, Joe.
So American Hero.
Did you pick up the G.I. Joe role-playing game?
No.
Yeah, I did, and I am sorry I did.
I also didn't pick up the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one because there's one of those things that's like, oh, that's a cool piece of nostalgia. I know in my heart I will never ever play it.
Yeah. Let's see. Luke Gygax is working on getting guys fit because the odds are dropping like flies. Well,
oh, geez, you idiot.
Yeah. Well, he didn't capitalize O and G. So
that's because he's lazy.
I get it. I get it. Of course, Atmos is skinny as a rail.
It's June. I'm willing to bet Atmos is wearing a beanie right now.
I'll bet you he is too. He
hasn't taken his hat off since January.
Yep. He did wear a different hat. He wore a cowboy hat once for us.
He did.
Yeah. And we promised we wouldn't show that picture on stream. So yeah, we did promise. We did promise.
Don't dox him with a facial. Wait.
You're sick. What? Oh, hey. Just hand out shirts for dice. Make booths selling tall shirts.
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, any more gaming superstitions?
Yeah.
I have switched die. Like when a 20 is burning me, I do get rid of that die.
Oh yeah.
Go to a new one.
I have a dice jail on my desk. It's filled with a bunch of stuff right now, so I don't want to dump it out.
No, I don't permanently. I don't permanently do dice jail forever.
When I was a kid, I had a set of dice that was so bad, I only reserved it for my friends that forgot to bring their dice.
Oh, the punishment dice.
It's like when you're growing up and you had a PlayStation and you had like that third-party turbo shitty controller from like Mad Cats or whatever from Funkoland. It was that, but in dice. They were awful.
Yeah, I heard 7 Seas as well because
there's way more than 7 Seas.
The Indian Ocean.
Well, seas is different than an ocean, technically, right?
The Sea of Japan.
Very much so.
You've got China Sea and blah blah. The thing is a lot of people dispute
the Azure Sea. Oh wait, no, that's in Greyhawk.
Yeah, so
no, Shellback. There's 5 oceans now. There's a Southern Ocean.
Apparently.
This is the same as they're just stirring the pot. They got to keep something new to teach, so they just make up crap.
Your D2 needs a shawl. Aw, is it cold? I got a D2 somewhere around here, probably on the floor.
The Southern Ocean was officially recognized by the U.S. Board on Geographic Names and the National Geographic Society in 2021 as the 5th distinct ocean.
Yeah, 2020.
Interesting.
That's all I was gonna say.
So looking at my map over here, I see Arctic Ocean, Pacific, Indian, Atlantic. Yeah, it's not on this map.
Well, to bring this back to gaming, Hyperborea, since it's a flat world, can you sail off the end of it?
Yep, sure can. You can sail into the Black Gulf.
I thought there was like strong winds or something that was supposed to keep you from.
Though the water just spills over into the Black Gulf into oblivion. You can totally sail off the end of Hyperborea.
Can you?
Yeah.
Here's my D2. I got a D2 right here.
So wait, so are we just running out of water eventually?
Well, I mean, Boreas does keep bringing stuff in, which is the north wind that transport people and things to Hyperborea. But I don't know. Maybe there's just limitless water on this.
I haven't delved in.
We can ask Telanian on Sunday night what the deep lore of the water convection is in the world of Hyperborea.
Sure.
Jeff, write it down.
What, huh?
God damn it, Jeff.
What am I writing down?
Probing questions for Mr. Telanian.
For Sunday night.
Well, you write them down and you can ask them. I will let you.
I have my one question I ask, all right?
Yes. You're the only one on this planet that ever asked that question.
It was pretty funny when you asked it to Luke Gygax.
It was I
was really hoping he was just, like. It turned out to be a really cool story. I was hoping he was just gonna be like, "Well, my dad made it, so."
I thought long and hard about that because several people were like, "Well, don't ask that question of Luke," and I'm like, "All right." So I kind of couched it in all right, Luke. So there's a question that my co-host Cam always asks. And I think a lot of us kind of know some of this already, but
I think he enjoyed telling. Like, it was a good story.
Yeah. No, he was fun. He was fun.
He was a good dude.
You got a question about Hyperborea? If
My biggest question on Flat World Piper was that the center is always north, and then the edge of the world is always south. So how do you know which way is east or west? You do it based on where you are on the map. So, for instance, for you guys in Zambala, and I can share this right now. I'm going to get bigger. That's what she said. Wait, no, she didn't. So I've shared, Jeff.
I got it.
So magnetic north on Hyperborea is Mount Vermithidon. Zambala is over here. Like we, looking at this map, would say, oh, Zambala is to the northeast of Vermithidon. No, it's not. It's south
That's
of
south
Vermithidon.
north.
Everything
South north. What does it
no,
say?
it's technically every point on Hyperborea is due south.
54 degrees north.
Yeah. Technically, every point on Hyperborea is due south of Mount Vermithidon, but relative to each other, like so, when you guys are about basically where my mouse is on the map.
We don't
here
in
the Oasis.
It's very tiny.
So these are 24-mile hexes, right? So you're like where my mouse is. Now, when I was saying there's a fortress of brigands off to the east, I literally meant it was this next hex over. When I said there was a off to the north, there was a ruin you could explore. It's right here. So, from a traditional sense, you'd be like, oh, it's northwest. No, in Hyperborea, this is east of your current position. So it's all very relative. But if you were on the opposite side of the map, though, let's go ahead and go. Here we go. So if you're down here in the Diamond Desert, which is south technically of Vermithidon, but if you guys were in this hex and I said something was east, it would be in this hex here where the R is. If I said something was north, it would be in this hex up here. So
okay,
but where's
you have to know your spatial relationship on the continent of Hyperborea to where Mount Vermithidon is to be able to tell what is north, south, east, and west. I am that autistic.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. So azimuthal maps don't bother you?
No.
Yeah, I love azimuth maps.
So
mops too. No.
So wait, can we see Saturn, or are we
Yeah, you can see like Saturn's on the map here because you can see it in the night sky.
Okay, but so our side is facing Saturn actually?
I think technically you can kind of see it from wherever you work because the world's flat.
Okay, so
this image here is not exactly the way it would look.
What I'm saying is there's something on the other side of the flat, right? Or is there?
What's on the bottom side? And then there was a couple of questions in the chat. Let's go ahead and bring that one. How does gravity work?
But I assume the answer is magic. That would be a good question for Jeff. To my knowledge, gravity is not discussed in the referee's manual.
And he will be here on Sunday, so you can ask it yourself on the Bad News Bards.
Gravity is not dependent on being round.
Yeah, gravity is dependent on mass.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and the world is massive. So the physics brain in me says gravity is just pulling you straight down onto the hexagonal world.
Yeah.
And there's another question.
Okay.
we
don't need to worry about this, but
and this is exactly the question that came to my mind when I'm looking at this map fully zoomed out.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it the shape of a hex?
Magic.
That I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Nature actually has hexes in
nature
many
does have
right?
hexagons, true. Because hexagons
crystals like to form.
Yeah. And honeycombs and beehives and plenty of other things. Some coral is hexagonal.
Kyle loves this shit because you know it. He loves it. He thinks it's awesome.
It's my favorite system for a reason.
Grand
Archon 69.
Grand Archon, sorry, does bring up a good point. Is the gravity is because the center of mass would be the center of where the gravity pulls towards, right? So, if you were standing in the middle, it would vary depending on where you go. Whereas on Earth, because it's pulling towards the center of a sphere, you're essentially the same distance away from it.
Technically, space is a big fan of spheroids. Earth is not a sphere.
No, it's a oblique. What is it called?
It's a spheroid.
Yeah.
Well, it's flattened, right?
It's squished a bit.
It's squished. Well, that's because of that's because of
Roughly spheroid. So there's not a lot of variation as to where you go, but on a flat thing there would be.
Now, in terms of the deeper physics of it, like, why does it not break in half from gravity and eventually pull itself into like a spheroid type object, like you would normally expect?
Rebar.
Matter.
That's why rebar.
Possibly construction from the antediluvian Hyperboreans. I don't know.
Yeah, and Cthulhu doesn't care about physics.
So,
and these are some great questions. Yeah.
Answer.
Bring him Sunday. Bring him Sunday.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think these are great questions for Jeff, because obviously he made it. I can give you what it would be on my Hyperborea.
Sure.
Which is one of the best parts about the setting is that, and actually, heck, I'm going to go back to sharing this real quick. So I mentioned this to
Make me click the button again.
And then just click the button. Shut up. So one of the things that I love about the setting, and I asked, if you didn't see the interview with Jeff on Erudite DM's channel, I asked about this. Throughout the map, he has just unnamed settlements all over. Like you can see Zambala, Euthorium, which is where the Witch Queen is. She's hot. But you see these, settlements up here that are unlabeled. Some of them are settlements that Jeff knows and is going to make use of or has plans for. But some of them are most of them are just to give DMs or referees rather
something to put
where there would reasonably be a settlement for either geographic reasons, like this one here at the base of the mountains at the fork of two rivers.
Right.
Like that's
an obvious place where
the convergence of two rivers, or something here like on the edge of the forest by a large lake, freshwater lake. Like that would be a good place for a settlement.
Timber, and you've got
natural inlet harbor here. So I think that's great. And the one I pointed out was I saw this one up here and I was like, oh, look at that. You've got a settlement, possibly a keep in like a hilly region with a forest right by it. That could be keep on the Borderlands. That immediately popped into my head. So just based on the map of the module. So there's a lot of cool, unique stuff in the world. And while I am not a flat earther in real life, thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it. Just accept it. It's a game. Suspend your disbelief a little bit. It's fun. We're not actually flat earthers. Or at least I'm not. Although I did see the video with Shaq and Bill Barr, and that was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's this about?
They were talking about conspiracy theories, and, Bill Barr said something to the effect of, like, white people have stupid conspiracy theories like flat earth. And Shaq was like, what do you mean flat earth? I've been on I gotta unshare this. Mm-hmm. But he was like, but I've been on a plane. I went on a 25-hour flight and the plane never did this. So it was just funny as hell. I'm a flat Hyperborean. I think you can see the video, but Bill Barr got really uncomfortable because he's candy ass.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like, or look at the beautiful Darlene Greyhawk map. The rivers are wrong. Rivers don't split. Rivers converge.
Yes.
But there's plenty of rivers in the Greyhawk map that split. But that's fine because it's a fantasy world. And, the people that draw these, like if you go to there's like map making forums and subreddits and stuff where people get super, super into it about how like, oh, rivers have to go from high ground to low ground and they never split and all this stuff. And like, if you ever make a map on like Worldographer or Incarnate, they will tear that stuff apart. But it's just, not everything in a game is going to be a perfect analog to real world physics and real life physics. And that's fine.
So you're not a flat earther, but you are a flat Hyperborean.
Yes. I'm a flat Hyperhorian.
Hyperhorian.
Yes.
and neither am I, mainly because I understand how radio waves propagate through the atmosphere, and
Well, so here's what I got to say about that is if I get a spyglass, I can see really far.
Yes.
Have you ever heard yourself on the radio?
I'm talking about an Hyperborean.
Oh.
Well, I mean, there's going to be physical obstructions because there's a giant mountain range that runs through the map.
How would radio waves work on Hyperborea?
Well,
Hmm.
you tell us, Radio Man. Travel in straight lines, right? At that point, I mean,
well, it depends. Some
they
of them
bounce.
take off, and there's NVIS, which bounces off of the ionosphere
Mm-hmm.
at different levels, either the E layer or the F layer, depending on the frequency. So,
Right.
I
Hyperborea
mean,
doesn't need no ionosphere.
right. Yeah. Okay. At any rate, but I'm curious as what the bottom side of Hyperborea looks like.
That's our ultimate goal is to find out.
Is it just like a chunk of whatever, or
I don't know.
just kind of
It's-
random, like it was
It
ripped
could
off?
be a
It's
cone.
a
We could be
random,
on
like chunk or like jagged chunk of stone.
Yeah.
we could be on a cone. Who knows?
It could be.
We could just
It
be on
could
the
be
flat
it could
part
be
of
a
the cone.
it could be a conical hexoid solid.
Oh,
Hexagonal
like
pyramid.
jagged, like hexagonals.
Yeah, like I'm imagining like a floating citadel type fortress. You know how this castle always like rips out a
Yeah.
chunk of the earth with
Yeah,
it, and it's like
yeah.
all jagged and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of imagining that.
But with hexagonal shaped like crystals almost type of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. That'd be
Yeah.
kinda cool.
Yeah, make it your own.
I don't know that it has.
To my knowledge, no.
Yeah. But
there is an Underborea. There is an underworld in Hyperborea that
so you can go
exists
down.
on-
Yeah. I have heard of that.
Mhm.
I've heard of that.
Oh,
and there's a lot of cool
Oh,
stuff
Lord.
down there,
Shellback.
including the fungal god that enslaves the Migo
Shellback. Shame on you.
or the Mu. That I'm getting my stuff mixed up now because I'm tired.
But he believes in the moon. I believe in the moon. And I believe man's been there. But only label ever really
sorry.
That's
The,
it.
Dare
the
you.
ghost men. They're enslaved by the Migo.
You tell us Radio Man wins the internet. Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, speaking of radio, field day is this weekend. So if you ever
You going to
wanted, field day.
Hey, Greg.
So if you ever had any questions about ham radio, I can guarantee you, if you're in the U.S. or Canada, you can find somebody near you that is doing field day, and they will put you on the radio.
I
They
am
love to do shit like that.
the least qualified radio operator in the
Doesn't
United
matter.
States.
Doesn't matter. Happy Friday, Greg. Well, that's okay, man. You don't have to be underqualified. No. I met a lot of appliance operators throughout the years, so trust me.
I am licensed, just stupid. I'm an ignoramus, but passing a test is easy.
Oh, please start from the beginning. That was an hour and a half ago.
All right, we started out talking about. Dan was talking about he hurt his back and neck. I was talking
And
about
that's why he's sitting there like this.
shelving.
I can't move,
we
but I
talked
can
a lot
slide
about-
my chair still.
That's why I'm sliding the chair, because it hurts.
Yeah. We talked about Free League a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Then we moved into the Hyperborea segment. So I think you pretty much caught up.
What do I expect from? Yeah, that's true. You guys have some strange vending machines over there, buddy.
But they got some great vending machines too. They have 7-Elevens, I hear.
They got like some kick-ass stuff and Skittles. They have not Skittles, Twix.
Kit Kats.
Kit Kats. There, thank you. They have like some of the most bizarre Kit Kat flavors on the planet.
I got some
Man.
Japanese Kit Kats around here.
Did you? Have you tried them?
Yeah, the ones I got, they're like a kind of like a dark chocolate coffee kind of thing, I think. But they got all kinds of crazy ones. And apparently, I'm told, Kit Kats are like a thing for like good luck, like for school, like taking tests and things, I guess.
Yeah.
That they give them for, But
Drag in there quoting the section on daemons from the referee manual. I love it. I knew exactly what that quote was from.
Oh, yeah. We've got a rabbit hole to explore. So good. You're welcome. You're welcome, Ryan. You can thank Dan for that.
Yes.
Jeff, now that we're an hour and a half in, might want to repeat what we got coming up on Sunday and what's coming up after our show, 2 other shows that people might want to check out.
Mm-hmm.
So this Sunday, we actually have Jeffrey Talanian himself coming on the Bad News Bards. And I'm pretty sure Dan's going to be here too, because I don't think he'd miss that one.
If you invite me.
Well, you're invited. We
Okay.
need, besides, I kind of think he's taking a like to you. I mean, me and him, they tried to kill us in a Cybertruck, but no, you you're shaking your head. It did happen. It was crazy.
I don't doubt that it didn't happen. I just wouldn't get in a Cybertruck. That's me.
Well, that was my first and last time.
I know
so
our
far.
buddy Roger is all like, yeah, I can't wait for the cars to just drive me around wherever. I am hanging on.
Nope.
In fact, I'm thinking of like looking for like an old, 1950s Chevy pickup truck that has no electronics in it at all.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like, and it was fun up until it wasn't fun, which was about 5 minutes after we left the parking lot of the hotel. I mean, we didn't even make it over we made it over the overpass, right past the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it tried to turn the wrong way.
Gross.
So, what? Drink vending machines in Japan. Why are so they're never dents when it comes in? Really? Are dents a bad thing? Is that bad luck or something? I don't know.
I think it's just the Japanese folks don't want you to buy a damaged good.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, it could be. I could see that. And here they're trying to stretch every.
They do a lot of the stringent recycling too, so they're probably their aluminum is turned over even better than ours is. Aluminum being one of the only things worth recycling. Steel is too.
1978 Chevy Silverado got your back. All right, I'll keep a lookout.
Nice.
Does it have a bench seat in the front?
Oh, I'll bet you it does.
America wouldn't have a birth problem if the bench seats and pickup.
So my grandfather. Yeah.
Cam like that one. Cam's had a good time in a pickup in his life.
My grandfather had a 77 GMC, which I think was the equivalent of the Silverado. I can't remember what the make was of it, or the model of it was, but it was a GMC. Had dual tanks, had a little right left switch, and man, that thing was sweet. I tried to get him to give it to me, but he decided no, it's not safe, so I'm going to sell it to some other random dude. But yeah, this was all one bench seat, and it was all red. It was red with red interior, like the not even.
Can you get to the point of the story? Is there one?
I wanted that truck.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Did you get it?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Because it kind of had the Fred Flintstone floorboards.
Oh.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
also,
he didn't think, he didn't feel safe selling it to me.
There's kind of a meme on James's channel that he looks like Fred Flintstone, by the way. Also, Rich never joined us tonight.
No, he did say he was going to join, and he didn't. Did he ever message us?
No, I don't know.
He said he said he wasn't about an hour ago.
Well, maybe something came up.
Tied up. Okay, wait. So other second watch.
Second watch.
Is it still called Lord Madius channel?
For now.
Change it. Okay. Is going to have Dean and Vicky of Untold or Every Games, Untold Destiny, and then Dan, you are going to be on at what time?
At 10 Eastern, so in 25 minutes, I think, on Eric Tenkar's channel, James Spawn. Hey, Rich. James
hey, guys.
Spawn is going to be running a game from his new game, Blades of Power, which is on Kickstarter. And he's going to be running that for Eric Tenkar, Don Samora, Glenn Hallstrom, and my silly ass. So that'll be going on too. About 25 minutes.
Were your ears burning?
Well, yeah, I was just saying.
Literally, he just asked. He said, "I guess Rich never made it," and I'm like, and I just checked the Discord because I've been busy with the chat, and I'm like,
right.
Well, he messaged us about an hour ago.
He said I'll be here in about 40 minutes, and just a little bit later than that. But yeah, it was the last day of work, and I'm off now until July 13th. So,
and you're going on vacation very
that's
soon.
a short summer.
Yes, next week I'm going on vacation. Not this upcoming week, the following week, the week of the 6th.
Mhm.
So if I do any kind of any video, or live streams, it'll be from the Bahamas. So,
Oh, congratulations! Have you been
Yeah.
there?
Take it easy, Kyle. Have a good night.
See you, Kyle.
Sick.
oh, take care, Cam.
No, not I'm
Oh,
saying.
oh,
no.
you're
Kyle. Kyle
Oh,
in the chat.
Kyle.
Sorry.
Kyle, not Cam.
I heard a case. So anyway,
Dying breed
um,
tabletop. He had to leave.
yeah. So and then I'll be back.
Hey, night.
Be back online full steam on the 13th,
Cool.
Okay.
and then we'll see. End of July, I'm having some surgery done, so I'll be in the hospital for 3 to 4 days with that.
Nothing serious, I hope.
Well, yeah, it shouldn't be. Let's put it
It's
that way.
okay. No, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
it.
It shouldn't be. No, it's basically a hernia, but there's a lot more involved with
Yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah.
this.
Well,
this,
I mean,
this
my
fat
dad went.
stomach has caused additional problems. Regardless of the fact that I've lost 57 pounds in about 10 months. It just there's too much other stuff in there, so you gotta tighten shit up, So
Yeah, that's the big thing that I gotta do. I was scaring people. I was scaring Dan especially earlier. Because I've lost weight. Because I'm on a shot that was to help my A1C, and the side effect is, hey, lose weight.
Manjaro. You can just say Manjaro.
I'm on
Most people know
Manjaro.
what it is.
Yeah.
But
it
I'm
wasn't
actually on that now. I started off with just the anti-diabetic because my A1C was high.
Mine was roller coaster, and it was like my fasting levels were high, and it made no sense. It just would it was weird. So that's why
my doctor was like, hey, you know what? You're 5 foot near 7, 5'6 3/4 or whatever, and he was like, 270 is just not not good.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're shorter.
Then he was like, my A1C. I think at the time my A1C was like 8.3, and he was like, all right, we got to get you on something to get that down. So they put me on metformin and Rybelsus. So those two, I lost like 40 pounds on them, but then I just flatlined on that. Yeah. And they were like, all right. So then my dietitian was like, all right, I'm going to put you on Manjaro now. And that's been fine. I mean, I have had no side effects to it. And, losing weight steadily, started drinking green tea. That's to get rid of the visceral fat, the stuff that wraps around your organs. And that's what made me notice the hernia even more so, was just the weight loss I lost there. And I was like, maybe I'll have them take a look at this again. And they're like, yeah, we should do something about that. So when they looked at that and they did the CAT scans, they were like, oh no, you have these two muscles that run down your chest, and those have been pushed to the side so much that they've been strained. And so we have to bring those together too, because that keeps your lateral,
keeps your guts in.
Yeah, they says without that, you'll just blow out the mesh that's going to go in for the hernia. And I was like, okay. So it's not technically it's certainly not a dangerous thing, although anytime they're cutting you open, there's a danger of infection. So, but other than that, it's nothing any, real serious. Yeah. So I was like, okay, time to get it done.
Yeah. Well, good luck, and we'll be praying for you.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that it doesn't. I mean, I hate the fact that I'll be in the hospital for like 3 to 4 days.
Well, I mean, I was in the hospital for 4 days, and that was because of a heart attack. So I don't recommend those.
Yeah,
That's not something that's fun or cheap.
Yeah, no, I haven't had that. I've had something that felt like one, for Christ's sakes. I think I had like a clot pass through my lung.
Oh,
and that was like, holy shit, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, be careful with that stuff, because that'll.
But they never actually figured out what that was like caused by. I mean, they just assumed that it was like they says it could have been a clot passing through your lungs, and that's why you felt it in your back, and in your chest at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, the type 2 diabetes that causes a lot of other problems too. So
Yeah. Well,
just to get it all in check.
and we gamers are highly prone to that.
The
Especially
type 2 diabetes. Yeah.
You guys are gonna make
Yeah.
my fat ass get up and start doing jumping jacks on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's what it is. It's like, I used to be in awesome shape. And then once you stop doing various things that keep weight off, then it comes back really fast, and you'll churn, age will take muscle and turn it to fat real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I used to say, it's like, I quit smoking, I gained 20 pounds. I got married, I gained 20 pounds. I got older, I gained 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I was at my peak in the Army. I was at my peak at like 178. And I was in freaking awesome shape, at 178.
Yeah. My best shape was 188, and it was in the early to mid 90s. And
yeah.
line dancing was big in that time. Even though I was a metalhead, I hung out and went to the redneck bars and
Yeah.
yeah. Shake your head, Dan. But that was the end thing, man. I got down to 188 pounds, and I was like 240 something or other, 247, and I went down to 188 like really quick.
Yeah.
And I was in really good shape, But and then of course, yeah, right. You get married, you get whatever, and you start putting that weight on and stuff like that. Yeah, me, I was a redneck, and I call it my rednecking face.
Yeah.
But the worst part was after my heart attack, I didn't have the energy that I used to have,
Yeah.
and that is very counter healthy. You know what I mean? So it took a while to build back up to that. Erudite, I will send you one. I will send you a picture of my birthday.
It could be worse. It could be the electric slide, which everybody has been forced to do on the freaking in weddings, right?
I can do the electric slide.
The electric slide, the Macarena, all of those, line dancing. It's all in the same category of hyper cringe.
Well, we did line dancing and round dance. We would do. I could do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I was pretty good at it actually. I tried to get my wife into it, but she was kind of like, busy working all the time, and she wasn't my wife. This is when we were dating. And eventually that just kind of like, well, I guess I'm not going out anymore, and life just kind of does that to you.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I mean, good for you, Robert. $160. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I'm down like 90 pounds in the last year, which is awesome. But I need to lose like 90 more because I'm still a fat ass. So
yeah, I was pushing 350. Oh yeah, I am gonna send you one to you. Well, I'm gonna send one to you on my birthday, wearing my Paisley outfit and everything. Because Paisley was the colors.
On that note, I don't want to think about that.
Hey everyone, everyone's shouting out saying hello.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good to see you all.
Rich is here. I'm actually going to hop off. I need to go get some water and stuff before I game with Tenkar and them. So you guys have a lovely evening.
All right.
Have a good one. Have a good game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Take care. We'll see you on Sunday.
So, Rich, let's run you through the topics we talked about. We talked about a game organization. We did talk about health issues earlier as well. We talked about
what game organization.
I was getting things on shelves off of stacks on the floor and such, and getting
game organization, like organizing your games. I get
right.
it.
Yeah. Books and things,
Yeah, kind of like what I got behind me, and every time I buy something new, I'm like, oh crap, where am I going to put this, and how am I going to sort this, and what do I curate off of this shelf and throw it in my closet, So I have like two about 2.5 boxes full of stuff that I was going to bring to CNY until, I had this, hernia scare. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to lift anything above like
Right.
10 pounds. I was like, all right, well, there goes those 2 boxes sitting on my floor now. I'm hoping to be able to offload them at ShireCon in September. So I got a bunch of stuff. Like that's why like Dan, I brought the only one I brought to CNY was the wrong Beckby set for Dan. Dan was what did he need? He needed expert, and I had an extra. I had an extra 2 booklets of the
Immortal.
companion.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
so
Okay.
really nice ones and everything. But I was like, oh, now I got 2 companions
I
that
didn't even I didn't even think to speak with you about some of that stuff. I'm always trying to find any if there's ever anything anybody wants to get rid of. I like collecting old stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to go on eBay and pay $150
No,
for
if
something
if we ever cross paths and you're like, that's why I'm going to bring it to. I was going to bring it to, like I said, I was going to bring it to CNY and let him either auction it off or do whatever. Now
Yeah.
at ShireCon, when they auction something off there, I mean, you get a little piece of it, but the bulk of it goes towards the VFW that's hosting the
Yeah,
convention.
that's
So I
pretty
was like, you
cool.
know what? I'd rather, get a little bit, in my own hands from this stuff, but they get the bulk, the lion's share of it, as just a way to, you know, donate it, in a sense, but still walk away with a little something. Probably just use that to buy stuff there anyway. So it's like, all right, I'll see how I'm going to do this. Otherwise, I will just eBay it, but I really don't want to get into all of the shipping nonsense and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
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 eBay is quite a pain.
Well, a lot of people make the um, money off the shipping, or as much money off the shipping as the item itself is worth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You see a lot of times it's like, oh, hey, it's this it's 29 bucks, but then it's like $30 for shipping, and it's like,
Well,
really?
that's why I'll always break it down and send it media. Send
Oh
it
yeah,
media
yeah, yeah.
mail. So media mail is like, I think it caps at like $9. So it's never
Yeah.
more than $9. And that's some pretty heavy stuff too. It just has to be books. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can send like your typical like D&D-esque hardcover for like $5.
Well, I'm
You
I'm
know.
going to find out because on July 5th, I don't know
Mhm.
if you know this, Rich, but on July 5th I am doing we are doing a special Bad News Bard stream. We're going to be doing a giveaway show, and I've got stuff from Trollord Games. I've got stuff from Jeff Talanian. I've got
Mm.
stuff from Greg Gowron to give away. I've seen Greg here in the chat tonight. Got some signed and numbered prints. I've got signed book from Todd Ritzma from who did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I've got some stuff. But one of the things, and the only thing I ask is that you have to be a subscriber in order
Mhm.
to the Bad News Bards in order to be able to win. That's the only requirement. I'll probably create a different unique code for each series of prizes. I've got a ton of things that I'm going to be able to give away from Emperor's Choice are the Arduin guys.
Mhm.
So they're Dave and George are awesome people. So that's going to be July 5th. I'm going to start early. Um, I think I have it marked for 7:30, so I might start the stream sometime around 7:30. But I think we're actually going to really get going around 8 o'clock. I think that's when
All
things are
right.
going to
So
start.
instead of me doing my Sunday night stream, because that's Sunday night, I'll just, join your stream,
Sure. Yeah.
and jump in there and, just follow along.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm hoping to have different guests pop in and out.
Yeah.
And some of the guys like Dave and George, they might only be able to pop in for 5 minutes or so, but
Right.
just to kind of talk about what they've got. One of the things that Emperor's Choice has got that they've donated to this. I'm calling it Independence Day,
Yeah.
INDIE Pendence Day.
Cool.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's episode 1776. Isn't that cute?
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
kind of a dorky thing, but at any rate, but I did get something from Tubby Funster, Greg Christopher, and man, my heart goes out to him. I could not believe this. He moved from Georgia to North Carolina, and he was cleaning out a bunch of stuff, and he doesn't really do any third edition stuff. And he had heard me talking about missing a lot of my 3E stuff, a lot of my third edition stuff that I really loved, particularly the Forgotten Realms stuff.
Right.
So much of it I lost, and it's very tragic how that happened. Don't need to go into that. But he handed me this, and it's one of the things that I've been missing.
Oh yeah, the first.
The Forgotten Realms campaign setting, and it's actually got his name in here. It's actually his name is actually written in there. So
cool.
Jeff, you mentioned the Independence Day thing, and at the beginning of the show, we were talking about rejoicing when someone, if we're able to entice someone from the world of 5e modern gaming into any other game of the many independent games that are out there. That could be a thing here. That I didn't put it together with the Independence Day. But since again you're giving away products for independent gaming companies,
that's my goal, man, and that's kind of and if it's good, then I'm gonna try and do a maybe we'll make it an annual event or something like that.
Cool.
And more broadly, Jeff and I were talking offline a little bit about it's easy to kind of fall into 5e players, you suck, kind of thing,
right?
And we want to make it clear that while there are bad players in the world in any system, right? Everybody's run across bad players before. We do want to be encouraging and give people a reason to check out these other things,
Right.
So
yeah, I don't want to be I don't want to. It's like it gets tiring after a while just picking on WotC. You know what I mean? It's like, and we got friends that do that, and that's fine, and it's their thing, and that's all good. But it's like,
I'm still going to pick on WotC.
I
just not all the time.
I'm not. It's not and it's not WotC that it's not just. I don't want to pick on the players because they don't know any better. They haven't been introduced.
Tomorrow is free. Yeah, I've kind of adopted the idea that with WotC and everything, it's like I really don't care what they do with D&D anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't impact my gaming whatsoever.
Yeah. They're dead. They're dead to me.
I don't have any of their products on my shelf. I mean, the only ones I still have left because I gave away all my 5e stuff to my niece.
Yeah.
And she epitomized the lack of the new generation buying stuff because she was like, oh my gosh, I'm the first one in all of my college groups that actually has the books. They had been passing around across like 20 different people a scanned copy of the 5e rule books, and just sharing them out there. So maybe one person had them at one point and they just mass produced it and shared it around. So she was like, I'm so happy to finally have, I'll be the only one of 20 people that actually have the books. And
Hasbro has chosen those people that don't buy the product as
no, they do not buy the product. And she was happy to have that. I was happy to give it to her. And then I gave her my collector's edition of Shadow Dark. And I told her, signed by Kelsey Dion. And I said, gave that to her. I made Kelsey actually choose which copy I was going to give her, the regular and, the standard and the collector's edition. So I don't have a green collector's edition anymore, but I'll get the new collector's edition anyway. So I'll be fine. But, and the only thing I have left, I'm trying to donate. I will keep 3.5. And the reason why I'll keep 3.5 is because 3.5 was kind of the the somewhat of a model of the OSR,
Yeah.
and so that's the only reason why I would keep 3.5 is because so much of the OSR was kind of just like pulled from that as well. I have 4. I have 4E. I've
I
never
have
really looked through it. I have it in its slipcase. It is pristine. I think I
Yeah.
bought it on eBay for
You
like
bought the
20 bucks.
slipcase version of it?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, I did too.
Wow.
Well,
and
Rich,
it's pristine.
Wow.
It's actually, I really haven't even opened up, each individual book that much either.
Right.
I probably only opened up like the DMG ones.
Yeah.
But it's in its slipcase. It's a really, really good condition. And that was one of the items I was like, listen, I bought it for 40. I'd probably let it go for 30, and especially if I bring it to a convention, so I don't have any, any overhead of sending it or whatever. I'd probably just sell it for 30.
Yeah, let me ask you about that. You said about the OSR and 3.5. Can you explain a little more what you mean by that?
Well, 3.5. Well, like the OSR really began with the first OGL,
Sure.
and that was around. That was
2000.
just slightly after 3.0 was printed up.
Yeah,
Right.
2000.
So
2000.
yeah, so let me get the actual timeline because I don't want to misquote anything. So
Yeah, and we had Matt Finch on, and that was
yeah,
one of the topics that we went into is, at what point did he jump in? Because he was not in at the very beginning of it, but he did get in and found what was it you said, Cam?
yeah.
The
So
unique loopholes.
Yeah.
so 3.5 was released in 2003.
Right. 3
All
years.
right,
3
which
years
was exactly the same time that that Castles and Crusades
Mm-hmm.
was under production. All right, and the OGL, let's see, OGL 1.0A. Let's see when that
Pretty sure that came out with under 3.0, before 3.5.
almost identical in timing though.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and it was what was it, Elephant's Foot or something like that, where they had been talking about a lot of that stuff, and so because we've had Steven on too, and he's talked about some of that where, and that's Steven Chenault from Troller Games.
Right. So all right. So OGL was in January of 2001.
Okay.
And third edition. You're right. It's third edition.
Right.
So but the first systems built off of the OGL, 1.0A were really Castles and Crusades.
Yeah.
And
and Osric? Was it Osric?
let me see when Osric first came out.
Because the OSC came later, right? I think Osric was before OSE.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Osric was before OSE.
Yeah. So
Let's see when Osric first came out. Let's
and
see.
it's important to note that Matt is very clear. Once again, congratulations on getting married today. Did you hear about that, by the way, Rich?
What's that?
Matt Finch got married today.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah. So our congratulations go out to him and Susie. That is so awesome, and I don't know how well of a kept secret. Matt and I
No.
are like,
Osric came later. Osric came out in 2006. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay.
2006. So really, I think that Castles and Crusades was being written in 2003 and was released. Its first edition was 2004. I think they were the first out of the gate.
They were. I mean, they basically kickstarted it, is what.
Yeah.
Not to use not kickstart like that, but
Right.
they kicked it off. And what happened is there was a group of people that they didn't like the D20 mechanic. They didn't like this and that. They didn't like that because because CNC does adopt a D20 mechanic, but
Mhm.
the reason why the Trolls came out with that, Matt Golden and was it? I don't know if it was
Davis,
Davis and
yeah,
Davis and Matt Golden.
yeah,
He basically Steven said, "I don't like third edition. I don't want to play. I don't want to run this. We need something else
right,
that is more like first or something between first and second edition."
yeah.
And that is really why, because people say, "Oh, it's a 3E clone." No, it is not a 3E clone.
No,
No, it
it's a.
absolutely is not. It was a we don't want to do 3E,
Mhm.
and that's why we're doing this instead. So I love CNC. I they're 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 they are some of the nicest guys in the world too. You know,
Yeah.
uh, and they give veterans 50% discount. 50%.
So I know I've used it on a few occasions, not every time, but I've used it on a few occasions.
Hmm. And they've sent stuff into combat zones. They've sent stuff to guys when they were in
Mhm.
Iraq, when they were in Afghanistan. They sent care packages full of
Yeah,
all kinds of gaming stuff. You know, on their dime completely. They
yeah,
don't charge them
yeah.
for it. They just
Oh
gave
no,
it to them.
they're an incredible, you know. I mean, them and what they were doing with their own printing factory. I mean, I hope they eventually get it all up and running and
I am
expanded, because
yes.
the first thing they said, they were fresh out of the gate when the whole the tariff
Tariff
issue was
thing,
coming
yeah.
up, and they said, listen, we will let other publishers utilize our facilities if we have room within our own production,
Right.
thing and everything. They were opening it up. They were like, you want to print? You can use us for your printing.
Yeah, and everything they do is done in the US.
Yes. Yeah,
Even
everything that
even
they do. And they were so like forward thinking about that. Like they decided that they were not going to do, printing in China
right.
um,
Early
long
on.
before anybody else started getting the inkling that this could eventually become a problem.
Yeah.
So they've always been ahead of the curve. They
I
were ahead of the curve on they were ahead of the curve on the OGL crisis in um, in 2023. In that January, they were the first to come out before Cobalt Press, before the others. They were the first to come out and said, we're going to start removing the OGL
reforged.
from
Yeah.
we're going to adopt our own licensing and make it very, very liberal, for the lack of a better term. It's like make it very easy to utilize,
Right.
and even though their nomenclature for the most part wasn't so much tied to, and their game system is not tied to um, you know anything that was covered by the OGL, they said we're going to change it anyway.
Yes.
And they were the first to come out and say that.
Yeah, and I've heard some people complain. It's like, oh, you changed Magic Missile, you renamed Magic Missile. Yeah, well, they're being especially careful,
Yeah, yeah,
and they don't want they
yeah.
don't want anything to come back on them. They're like, no, we've got our own system.
Hmm.
It's 26 years old now, right? I think it's
Yeah.
or 25 years old now. Is what they say.
Hmm.
And I mean, Troller Games is what 26 years old, they've been, they want to make great games that are fun, and and I'm not. It's not a perfect system.
Hmm.
I know a lot of people
No,
are
no,
like,
there's
but
they know they
neither
have
is
issues.
any of them.
They
I
know they
mean,
had some issues and everything.
yeah,
And I was very vocal about the reforged, and I still am, and I will still say it to them. I was like, it was a huge mistake not to have in the monsters and treasures, not to have the table of contents listing all of the monsters and the monsters inside it. Just by putting a table of contents A through Z is totally useless,
But
and I don't use it for that reason. I
yeah,
have it, but I don't use it for that reason.
but I've also heard some people, even people who have some criticisms for him, um, that will say, the thing is they will listen to you
Oh yeah,
and have a conversation with you about it, and
yeah.
um,
No, I had a conversation with Chuck over that, and he was
yeah.
like, "Well, we didn't want it to go bleed over into another page and everything." I was like, "Listen, make the font smaller." It was like, make the font smaller.
Well,
But
but
it
yeah,
still went out that way, and it's unfortunate. Hopefully they fix that in a new printing. um
yeah.
Hopefully they can come around, and see that that is a major flaw.
We'll
Now,
see you, Robert.
like, my new pet peeve with PDFs is that PDFs have to have hyperlinks in it. I mean, you have to be able to go to the table of contents and click on that and be at that page.
Yeah, and Agile, he's it's really that past 12th level, but really, if you think about it, even the original OD&D, you weren't really expected to go past 10. Once you get past 10th or 11th level,
All the games
really,
collapse at that.
yeah,
They really
yeah,
do. And I think gameplay collapses at that. Your game system has to be written for high level in order to, and geared towards high level. Something like Adventure Conqueror King is built around the concept of domain play. And everything leading from first to 12th level is an afterthought.
right,
It really is designed to be a domain play game. And that's where you should start with that game system. But other game systems are just the exact opposite. D&D is meant to be a heroic fantasy adventure game. It's not supposed to be a uh, manorial management system.
right.
It's and that, I think, is the problem with high level play, is that yeah, they can get away with doing one shot modules and those kinds of things, and run you through modules. That's what
Right.
AD&D First Edition was really designed
Well,
after, until Dragonlance introduced the long story
yeah,
kind
the
of
the whole story,
thing.
the whole story arc,
Yeah.
the whole. I mean, some people say it's a railroad. But Baron asks, wasn't Osric the first retro clone as opposed to a modern D20 CNC game? Um, what do you
Well,
think about that?
I wouldn't call CNC a modern D20 system. It's
No, no, and the unique thing about the way CNC works is having the two DCs depending on whether it's prime or non-prime. So if it's a prime skill or prime stat for your character, um, DC is what, 6 lower than whatever is the
Mhm.
default. It's really whatever the DC is minus 6.
Yeah,
Greg, good seeing you. We will look forward to having you pop in, hopefully on the 5th. And yeah, we'll have to get you back on again too. I know you got something in the works, so we need to have you come on and talk about that soon too.
yeah. Oh, and
Um,
by the way, hey, Agile, good to see you.
oh yeah, Agile,
Yeah,
he's been in here for a little bit, man.
yeah.
He's right now doing late pledges too. If you did not know that,
I know.
Greg, by
I
the way.
saw that they broke 40,000 or 41,000 or whatever. Well,
42,000.
yeah, that's
40
always the case, even when you stop, because it will, like, people will decide, all right, I put $1 into this, and now I can up pledge from my previous pledge, and that always happens. So that's it's very common for Kickstarters to gain maybe as much as 20% more
Yeah.
after after everything shuts down.
So one of the things that I have to give major hats off to Agile for. He did not play the standard crowdfunding game. So the standard crowdfunding game, right? So he set a goal. His goal was 32,000. That was the actual what it would cost to bring this whole thing to fruition, right?
Mm-hmm.
He actually set that number, and that was it, and he stuck by it because that's the honest to God number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people would have set the goal at, for something like that, probably about $5,000. And it would have hit it instantly, right? I mean, he did. He hit what, 10, 12 within the first few hours, right?
Yeah,
And
that I don't know.
but
Like
this
I didn't
there was
track
a
it
there
that way.
was so there was a guy who I still follow, but he hasn't done anything in a while. Um, the DM Lair,
Oh yeah,
Luke Hart.
yeah,
Uh, and I really like the guy. I think he's kind of cool. I would love to meet the guy in person. I'd like to get him on my show, because he's got a lot of stuff. I wish he would do more stuff for the OSR. I think
yeah.
because is it yeah I think if he made an OSR version of stuff, because he's doing like a Pathfinder and a 5e version of stuff, and I
Right.
really
Yes.
any of the 5e stuff I got to convert. I got to
Mm-hmm.
convert it over to CNC or convert it over to OSC or whatever I'm, going to be running. Um, and I think it would be awesome if he would do an OSR version. Just do an
I
OSR
don't think he
version.
would. I don't think he would because he thinks that 5e has buttered his bread, and none of those guys are none of those guys that are really just dedicated to 5e only. They're not going to
But
cross. They're
he
not going to
himself,
cross that bridge.
has kind of moved on from 5e. He himself, he still supports it, but I think he's big playing doing Pathfinder stuff and Pathfinder 2 probably. Um,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, if it's OSR, it's compatible with Shadow Dark, it's compatible
Mm.
with Dragon Slayer, it's compatible with OSE, it's compatible with everything. Osric, you name it. You've got you by just going for the OSR, you basically are compatible with all these different flavors of old school systems. I don't know. Cam,
Mhm.
what do you think?
I'm sorry. What's the question again?
Did I distract you? Sorry from your. No, I said so. Um, I was talking about DM's Lair, right? Luke
Mhm.
Hart, who I think is really a genuinely good guy. He's an upstanding guy. He doesn't get political. He doesn't. Even though he doesn't make any bones about his faith and all that stuff, and he is a faithful person. He's a God fearing guy and all that. So I got mad respect. Um, but he has been producing stuff like 5e and Pathfinder.
Mhm.
Is been really the focus
Mhm.
he's been going. And my suggestion was, and for him and a lot of them out there, if you make something for OSR,
Mhm.
you just made it compatible with Shadow Dark, with Dragon Slayer, with OSE, with Osric, with Swords and Wizardry,
Mhm.
with all these other systems out there,
Right.
plus all the old school stuff,
Yeah.
OD&D, first edition, second edition, you name it.
Yeah.
So you just instantly, by doing OSR, made it compatible with a whole bunch of stuff. So
Yeah. There's I mean, I noticed something with like Osric being the first of the retro clones.
right,
Osric is not the first. Osric was not a retro clone. The first Osric was a rules compendium. It wasn't even it wasn't a game. It wasn't put out as a game. It was
right.
put out as a reference material. All right, it was a rules compendium. That's it. You weren't meant to use Osric to run AD&D First Edition. It was
Right.
meant to better organize AD&D First Edition. Now, maybe Osric 3 is a game system.
Yeah.
I have Osric Second Edition. I don't have Third Edition, but I mean that's just I'm looking at some of the other comments, but
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
pinning a couple of them for me to go through here.
yeah. So let's see. If you dig it into OSR applies to classic travel. Well, I've always said that. I've never said that OSR is only D&D
No.
adjacent games. I have Bushido behind me. That's as OSR as you can get. You know what I'm saying? I have Twilight 2000 first edition is OSR. You know,
Now, no,
and
I would not consider this 5e adaptation of Traveler to be OSR, but
no way.
I think all the other editions, Mongoose Traveler included,
Hmm.
does count as OSR. You know.
All right. Let's see.
Let's see. Let's see. There was a couple of things. At most,
Okay.
just points out, he doesn't see leveling past 10 any further. Yeah, it gets, and that was a subject that we were going to talk about,
Hmm.
but where the whole uh, the M and the I in Beckme, but you
Hmm.
know, it's kind of like when you get to some of those advanced levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, tunnels and trolls are doing bunnies and burrows. Yeah.
Hmm.
In fact, they were celebrating bunnies and burrows at North Texas. I
Yeah.
somewhere have a little bunny model if I could find it. Um, there's a lot of stuff that's OSR, and if you gear yourself towards OSR, I think you can get that. Superheroes, yes, I don't like superheroes in fantasy. That's my biggest gripe about fifth edition. I don't think the whole point of this is you're trying to strive to overcome the fact that you're just a normal guy that's picked up a sword and you might be a little good or
Well,
cast a
yeah.
spell or whatever. You may be a little better than the normal average, you
Yeah.
know.
So I was just about to say, no, you're. I was just about to say, I was pushing back on that concept of, the problem with starting with a first level character in Dungeons and Dragons is that you start out as a dirt farmer. I says, absolutely not. I says, you look at this, you look at the standard from the monster manual, human peasant, the farmer, and what do they have? A D4 hit die, all right, and their attributes are like sevens and eights, across the board. They are not, they're not wearing armor. They're not wearing anything. They are weak in comparison to any first level character class. So I was like, nah, that it's not even a fair comparison to make, or a fair accusation, let's say. But you're right. I mean, modern game systems have adopted the idea that they're supposed to
Power
be
creep.
superheroes
Yeah.
right from the get go, with all of these feats and other kinds of things, like right from the start, and just the culture around some of them. It's like, well, we'll let players take a first level in 3 different classes, and that makes them like super, even though they're still, first or second level by the time they do all of that. And it's just crazy. It's just like mismatching everything up to
Yeah.
give them, an edge.
And
You're
Baron is right. Everything is compatible with everything. And I've said that
Mhm.
and I've maintained that. Look, I have a ton of Goodman Games original adventures reincarnated. Now they have the old and then they have the revamped for 5th edition stuff,
Mhm.
usually printed in each book. And I fully intend to take the 5e version, compare it to what the original stuff was, and modify it and use it in Castles and Crusades or any of the other systems. I'm not gonna ever run 5e again. I don't ever see myself running 5e again. I ran it for 10 years, and
Yeah.
and I've moved on. But but yeah, absolutely right. Everything is compatible. Sometimes it just takes a little more work than others. You know. And I just wanted to make sure that we let folks know that second watch is going to be starting in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah,
He's posting my notes. Yeah, I know, I got it. So we definitely want to stop before then, because he is going to have our buddy Dean and his wife Vicky from Untold Destiny, well, the creators of Untold Destiny from Everay Games. They're going to be on. So we want everybody to tune into that, and I will make sure that I give that. In the meantime, if you're subscribing, please subscribe. Please subscribe. We are, again, like I said, doing we're doing a giveaway on the 5th of July. But subscribe to Dan the Final Arbiter. Subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to Rich, DM Bloodworth, or GM Bloodworth, or Referee Bloodworth,
depends on what
Master
I'm
Keeper
playing. Yes.
Bloodworth, whatever.
Depends on what I'm running. Yes.
Unscripted and Unchained.
Yes.
So we subscribe to all of us. If you want to be able to get into win one of the things that we've got coming on the 5th, all we ask is that you do be a subscriber. The system is going to check and make sure that you're a subscriber of ours, of the Bad News Bards, in order for that to for you to be able to win. That's the only requirement. Does not cost you anything. It's free. You don't pay to subscribe. That's not how YouTube works. So we're not monetized yet. We're working our way slowly there. Now, Rich, you've got a lot of people, right?
Yeah, I'm around like 4,000.
Yeah, you're a big dog. You're the big dog in our
Well,
little clique here.
it's been slow going, but I've
Yeah.
been happy with it. Happy growth.
But you're kind of like us, I think, in a lot of regards. Cam and I, we're kind of, and Dan, we're like, I don't want that rapid growth. I want.
Oh no, slow and steady is fine. I care more about comments, than I do about like views or other thing. I want engagement. I want people to actually engage in the content that I put out there, and and whatnot, and have chats like this and everything like
Yeah.
that. That's what I really like doing. Which reminds me, I have to reach out to DM James and get our little thing up and going again.
Which DM James?
The ladder of the DM James, right? So I know he's so RPGrandpa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and he was doing his own thing today. He had a
yeah,
hard time getting the thing. I think he's gonna probably keep on doing that show earlier on. He had show back on earlier, who, by the way, did pop in the stream here too. And I think Dan was on for a little bit with him too. So
yeah.
Dan
So
will show up
I'm
anywhere.
gonna jet out of here so that Cam could get his thing going, and
Well,
everyone.
we want everybody to
Yeah,
check out Second Watch.
yeah,
I'll pop a link in for Lord Mattias here,
yeah.
and
I'll jump
thank you
over
so much.
there and give it a like and listen along as well while
Oh,
I do some Star Trek Fleet Command.
oh, that's cool. Check out Second Watch. I'm typing it in now here. We want to kick everybody. Tell them the Bad News Bards, Unscripted and Unchained, and Dan the Final Arbiter sent you.
Okay.
Right when you
Yep.
go over there. Alrighty. So
All right.
you got 5 minutes. The chat's probably already active. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up. And Cam, anything last minute you'd like to say before we close?
Nope. Just appreciate everybody stopping by and having good discussion.
We'll be here next week.
Yep.
And Rich, we'll talk about if you wanna do like the whatever. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, we'll talk
Okay.
about that.
Okay.
All
All
right.
righty, guys.
Have a good
Everybody,
night, everyone.
thanks, chat. You guys were great, and you almost had too much stuff for me to click on. So we'll. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, goodbye.
Take care.
Good night.